and I figured out whether or not I am totally committed to one or the other or both. But all right, so let's go ahead and get started. And can everybody see my screen right now?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
All right, so I used to do these live streams on Mah Jongg time, and I think all the sites are fabulous. So let me just get that out of the way. I'm not saying one is, that somebody should change with the way they're doing things and switch up if they have a subscription somewhere else and they love it. I'm not about taking business away from anybody. But I am going to share with you this program that I started live streaming on and doing these exercises and the skill building because it is so intuitive. It literally is so intuitive and so user friendly. Okay, and that's what I love about it. There's no glitz, nail polish and tattoos and all this other stuff. It's really playing the game as closely as you would play it in person as you possibly can using a computer. So for you guys that have never played on here, you don't have, like I said, you don't have to change up what you're doing if you're playing on real Mah Jongg or maj.net or I forget what it is. But you can sign up and do 30 days on here for free. And these subscriptions are so inexpensive that you could have more than one. You might want to use this for one thing and use the other for something else. Like maybe you have a group of friends you play with on another platform. That would be great. It's probably one of the least expensive gifts you could buy yourself, literally. Okay. And so one of the reasons I love Maj, and if you do sign up, you can sign up with the code uppercase D, uppercase B, and you'll get the 30 days free trial. But one of the things I really love about this is that they also have an exercise room where you can go in and play these different exercises to help build and strengthen your skills. Extremely beneficial when the new card comes out. Probably the best time of the year to take advantage of this. Today I had a full day event. It was called a mock tournament, and I had 24 people in my home. And I realized when, these are all people that want to eventually play in a tournament, and there were mostly players that have been playing maybe from a year, I'd say, to 5 years. All right. Everybody's learning from different people. A lot of people learned online during COVID, and they didn't get the same type of hands-on training that a lot of people got before we went into that whole COVID lockdown thing. So the way people learned and the skills maybe the skills they didn't develop or the habits they've developed are a bit frustrating for me, since I've been playing since I'm 24 years old and teaching since 2006, where I'm very passionate about the National Mah Jongg League rules, and I would love people to be playing the way we play here in America. Okay, so just a quick example. People say green dragon, red dragon, white dragon, because the computers say that, and that's where they learned. Sometimes they learned in person, and sometimes the instructors taught that, because not everybody knows the rules. They know how to play the game, and they're like, oh, great, I can teach it, right? This I Love Maj uses the right naming conventions for the tiles. That to me is beautiful. I don't want to hear somebody throw out a tile and say for character, because it's a character if you're living in Asia. In America, it's a crack for us, spelled C-R-A-K. Okay, so I could just go on and on about how wonderful it is, but let's go in and let's take a look at some of these exercises, and then we'll get to playing the game, navigating through the Charleston, picking hands, switching hands, and doing all that kind of stuff. And I will get to be able to go as slow as I need to go with you, because I'm not going to be playing against humans. I'm going to be playing against highly intelligent bots. They have 3 levels and they are hard. I do not win against the advanced bots very often. They're so crazy. It's crazy. All right, so let's just look and see here, you know, some of these things that we could do. The Charleston practice is really cool because what you could do is you could actually go back. Now, can you hear also hear the sound for the game? Okay.
Doing it now.
I want to make sure. And by the way, the reverberation went away, so it was probably in somebody's I bet they had 2 devices open. Okay, so you could go in here and click on this, and they'll give you suggested hands based on the tiles that you have been dealt. But if you don't want to go in, it's not cheating or anything. It might be something that's helpful for you. But if you don't want to reveal these hands, you can play through the Charleston, and then once you're done, you have a choice to play the same exact tiles again and do it differently to see if you get a different outcome, which is a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys want me to, you know, you can put it again in chat and just let me know. Do you guys want me to go through any of these exercises, or would you like to get right to playing the game? I'm just going to show you these exercises, but if you really want me to play, do a couple, I will certainly do them for you.
I would like to see a couple.
I would like to see a couple.
Excellent. Okay. Then I will do it because it doesn't take that long. And when we have these 2 hours, we get in so many games. So it's really great. All right. So here we have, and again, this is just going to be Charleston. So this is Charleston practice. All right. Welcome, Amy, once you get on and hooked in. All right, so I look at this hand, and what I look for to begin with is whether I have any multiples. I will build around my multiples first thing. So I will just take my 2s and move them like that to the front. And then I'll look at my 2s and I'll say, well, what else goes with 2s? And I'll look to see, do I have any like numbers? Do I have any soaps or whites to add to that? No. Okay, well, what else do I have that would possibly go with 2s? Well, we could do the runs in the low end. So we could build around the low end runs, and we could add in our 3 and our 4. Now, guess what else we have here? We have a multiple of 9s. And unless I'm doing a singles and pairs run, these are not going to be very helpful to me at all to keep. And will I keep them has yet to be decided. Will I keep the 9s and work off of the 9s, or will I keep the 2s and work off of the 2s? Because 2s and 9s don't make a very happy Mah Jongg family, do they?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So now what if I were to keep the 9s? What would I build off of the 9s? Either other 9s, 3, 6 9s, or maybe 5, 7, 7 9s. And then I have to ask myself, well, what do I have a better chance at? Well, let's do this. Since we could play this twice, let's play it first collecting 3, 6 9s, working off of the pair of 9s. And the next time, let's keep the 2s and see how it works out. Maybe we have a better shot with that. All right, so I am going to, I'm going to go now. Some people say to me, well, if you have an east and a south, would you hold on to them and see, maybe you'll get something to go with the, you know, like numbers or whatever. Okay, I need to start out with more than two to be happy about holding wins. That's just my feeling. They're so telling when you play these wins and you call something. They're so telling. It's not my favorite family. Do I play them? I do, because if the tiles come to me, I'm not going to not play the wins. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of one of these. Either one, I'm going to split it up and try not to pass two wins together if I can help it. Always try to make your best pass, but don't beat yourself up if you've got great tiles and you have to pass a decent pass. You know, we've all heard, ooh, this is a great pass. You're going to love it. And then the person looks at it and says, yeah, love it if I'm playing those tiles, right? So we've all heard that. Okay, so we're going to keep these 9s and 3s right now, and we're just going to go ahead and break up these tiles here and pass like that. Now, 2 and 4, yeah, it's a great pass, but I want to keep all this right now because I want to see what I get in. Am I going to get 3, 6, 9s? Am I going to get 5, 7, 7, 9s? So right now, I'm just going to gather those two families. Okay.
Debbie, can I ask a question? I don't know how, this is my first time, so I don't know if we ask questions now or wait.
Well, if you have a question and you could type it in chat.
Okay.
I've got chat open and
Okay.
I'm watching it very carefully. So if you were to ask me a question, I could answer it and I can let everybody know what you asked. And then that way we can keep going on while we're doing it. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now I got in another 5 in the 5, 7, 7, 9 family. I got no 3, 6, 3, 6, 9 family at all. Can I still pass? Do I have things I can go ahead and pass and still keep my option open? I can, but in all honesty, right now, 5, 7, 7, 9 family is definitely winning out. Now, what I'll also do is I'm going to look out to see, is there anything that I can add in here that might work in a run? So in other words, 5, 6, well, starting with 5 with 2 suits, it wouldn't work, but 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. And so I might say, you know what, that's kind of in that same run area of numbers. I will go ahead and put that together. So Mary wanted to know, when I pass, I try to avoid passing 1s and 2s because for many hands, my opponents can pick them up from a discard pile. What is the position? What is
I'm sorry, they cannot pick it up from a discard pile, so it would ruin their hand. I'm sorry, typed it wrong.
Okay, so when I pass, I try to avoid passing 1s and 2s because for many hands, the opponents can't pick them up from a discard pile. So give me an example of one hand that they would use. Just tell me the section and the line number.
Right, so if you're doing a consecutive run, that has the first line under consecutive one as a pair of 1s and a pair of 2s. So for somebody to get that, they have to draw those. So I was kind of taught to try and avoid passing those so that you don't build somebody's hand if they're going for that.
Okay. All right. So that's okay. I'm going to answer that. All right. Here's the deal with Mah Jongg, right? You're going to get a bunch of different people telling you different sorts of things, like don't pass like numbers, because if you pass like numbers, you might be building somebody's hand in like numbers. My thought process is that I want to mix up my pass the best I can. I want to try to mix up suits and the numbers the best that I can, that to me is a defensive pass. If I were going to not pass ones and twos, because I think somebody out of 700 hand possibilities on this card happens to be playing that first hand under consecutive run, I think I would be doing a disservice to myself. So my guidelines are for passing, for not passing, things to avoid passing would be flowers, pairs. I had a fill-in today because a couple of people had to leave early for appointments. And I got pairs more than once. I mean, that's like a shockaroonie to me. I can't tell you how many times I can change the entire course of my hand when someone gives me a pair. Okay, now somebody, I do hear some background, something going on. So if you guys mute yourself, you can, again, you could always use the chat box, which is fabulous. And I see a couple of more comments. I'm going to respond to them. And so ones and twos, no, maybe twos. But then again, after I started playing this card and getting to know it really well and seeing what people play, to be honest, the 2022 section of the card seems to be one of the least played sections this year. So because it's not easy, all those twos to get. So I don't love passing twos, and I won't do two twos together, and I won't do a two and a soap together. I'm going to be reasonable about it. Okay. All right. So that, I hope, answers your question, that you can't worry constantly about what someone else might be playing when you are trying to concentrate on building your own hand. Yes, you have to pass wisely. All right. And we're going to try and show that here. All right. So somebody said, why not work on 1579? And someone else said, and that is what we are collecting. And someone else said the sixth hand under 369. That's a possibility to do that. We do have a 3, and we do have a green now. So that's another thing that could possibly work. You know, and now I'm left with a pretty tough pass. But then again, I don't really have a problem doing this, and this at all, because I want to see what else I get in. Okay, let's see who else said, why don't you keep same suit tiles? Okay, well, Beth, when you say, put it in chat, when you say, why don't I keep same suit tiles?
Right.
Okay, so give me an example of a hand. Like, which hand would we refer to as keeping same suit tiles? Are you saying like keep like these?
Yeah.
Like all of this together?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's a good question, and it gets asked quite a bit when we're playing. Mah Jongg isn't a game of suits per se. It's a game of forming hands that consists of multiple suits and groupings. So it's more about a game of families. Like when somebody said to me, work on 1579, they see that I have a lot of 13579. And yes, that's correct. You don't want to collect one same suit and hope you're going to get something that falls into a one suit run, because you'll be putting yourself in a box. And a lot of times I call this, and I don't know what, everybody's level is, but I call the consecutive run family, when people are not experienced, the beginner's death trap. Sounds like really harsh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the reason I do is because it's very pretty to line the suits up and see the same, ooh, they match. But you don't want to collect the suits unless what you're collecting makes sense within the family that you're working on. I hope that makes sense, and hopefully it will come a little clearer as we go on. So of course I end up getting a 2 and a 4, right? But I did get a 5. So I do have a 3, 5, 9, 5. Right now, 5, 5, 7. Got a good amount of 5, 7, 7, 9. And what I would recommend for a beginner especially, concentrate on one family. And then when you're real comfortable working that out and starting to form the hands within that family, then bring in other things like I do. Like for instance, I would maybe want to do, you know, something in a 2-suit run if it worked out, but there's nothing tremendous here that pops out at me that might do that. Let me see if the 2s anywhere can work. They could possibly work in a 2, 3, 4, 5, but not great. Not great. Doesn't do anything really for me right now. So now we're on the first left, and this is a tough one. I am probably gonna, you know, I mean, I could end up getting the 6 bam, I don't know, but because I have a 2 crack, 2 2 cracks, a 4 crack, and a 6 crack, that is what I call a beautiful pass. You're giving someone a whole family, right? So
Yeah.
in order to break it up, I'm going to do the green, the 2, and the 6. It's still pretty, but it's not as bad as 2, 4, 6 in the same suit that fits perfectly into 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so let's see what happens. Excuse me. Okay, now this is my favorite part of Mah Jongg. Do we continue or not?
Hi, this is Carol Cohn with her dog Teddy. I wanted to come in and have a bath for Teddy.
Now somebody is talking on the phone.
Sorry.
Okay, just guys, just mute yourself if you have any kind of background stuff going on, please. I appreciate it. Okay, so did I get anything else in? Guess what? I got a green in. And so that means there's 2 greens out there that are circling the Charleston. And I got a red in.
It's just about 6 o'clock.
And a 4 and all that. Okay, stopping the Charleston. Today, when I get to do these workshops at home, I love it because I get to watch people's behaviors, what they do, how they were taught. And one woman I heard say, I'm stopping it. I'm stopping the Charleston. And so I walked over, and I don't say anything to anybody when they're, because this was a mock tournament. So this was learning how to play in a tournament, right? I'm not going to say anything to anybody while they're playing. And I walked behind her, and she kind of felt my presence, and she said, I'm stopping it because I'm confused. And she had just a mishmash of tiles. Okay, I'm going to tell you one thing right now, most important thing that if you could take anything away from tonight, I know a lot of people are telling me they're taught their group stops the Charleston. They only play the first Charleston. They don't play the second. Okay, that's crazy. But if there's anything you take away from me tonight, it's that you don't stop the Charleston unless you don't have 3 tiles to pass. There's an exception. There's always some silly exception in this game. And unless that exception comes up, I can't show it to you, okay? But as a general rule of thumb, you don't stop the Charleston because you're confused or torn between 2 lovers. I mean, 2 hands, sorry. I get those things mixed up. 2 lovers, 2 hands, whatever. But yeah, so that's something that you need to know. Really keep that in mind, okay? So do we want to stop it? No, we want to continue. I know there's a green out there. I'm gonna try to not get that back out there because I don't want it to end up in the same person's lap. And you can, as you get better, those are things you're gonna be able to keep track of. And we're not concentrating on that right now, but I do keep track of to figure out where that green ended up and where it might, somebody might. So I'm gonna do a 2, a 4, and a red. And right now, I get to keep all these other things for right now because I don't know where I'm gonna fall into the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 category, but it looks like we're heading that way in there. I got another 7 and it's unusual, but I'm going to tell you another reason why you don't stop the Charleston. And this is an example because you want to maximize the amount of tiles you get in. And there's an example of me getting another tile toward the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 category on that second Charleston for first left. Sorry, second left. And so if you stop the Charleston because you're confused and people are sitting out there with 2 or 3 more of your tiles that you might need, you've done a disservice to yourself. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, this, and this. Yeah, it's a beautiful pass. I'm going to have to gamble that it's somebody isn't collecting 2, 4, 6, and 8. But based on the fact that almost every single time I've gotten 2s, 4s, or whatever, the 6 is new. The 6 I haven't seen. So I'm going to take a gamble because I want to see maybe somebody's going to give me 1 more tile that I need. I'd rather do this than get the green back out, but watch, we'll get the green in. There we go. See, I almost could guess it, but we got another 7 crack. And that's kind of cool. And I always think of previous year hands, the 5, 7, 5, 7 with the opposite dragons is not on this year's card. So I have to get my brain out of that old card. And let's see, we're now at the point we're going to do the last right. So I'm going to want to play around with what we could possibly do here. Now, I always keep the flower up front, just hang on to it. I never know if I'm going to use it or not use it. I don't pass flowers in the Charleston. Have I gotten stuck? Yeah, you know, when I get stuck, I've gotten stuck in a situation where my hand is beautiful and someone has passed me a flower and that the next pass is a must pass that I have to pass. And I can't break up anything. I can't do a blind pass and I get stuck. Okay. Oh, well, not a big deal, but how many of you guys see this hand here? 5, 7, 5, 7, 9.
Yep.
Right? Is it a little risky? Yeah, I need a pair of 5s and a pair of 5 dots and 5 cracks. It certainly is risky, but it's a whole hand and a piece of every part of that hand, which is great. All right, what else could we keep? Well, I would definitely keep this because if this falls apart, if I were to get any kind of 7 bams in, and I want to just check, I could see from the 2021 card trying to avoid. Okay, yeah, that's true. 1s and 2s. 1 crack for 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I probably because I was doing more high end 5, 7, 9s. Looking good for the 6th hand under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 6th hand 1, 3, 1, 3, 5. Yeah. Okay. If you have to leave, is this recorded? It sure is. Every one of these will be on YouTube for you to go rewatch. All right. So I'm going to keep these 9s 100% for sure. And I'll tell you, I love to look at the bottom concealed hand under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 as well, if it works out for me to do that in the suits. This time, not so much. We're on the last right. I could easily get rid of one of these greens because nobody kept them. And I got somebody coming in. Let me just let them in real quick. Well, I don't see them here, but I heard them come in. Here we go. All right. So I think somebody got booted out and came back in. So I could easily pass that. What else could I get rid of that I maybe don't really need? What about the 3? What about the 3? I mean, I could do a blind pass,
You need to figure out how to,
but since I really love the fact that I've got so many high end, you know, that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 category is almost split in 2. With the exception of a few
do I
hands. You've
leave
got
it?
1, 3, 5 predominant, you've got 5, 7, 9, right? So you got the high end and the
Right.
low end of those tiles. Get rid of this. I don't think it's gonna do me any good.
Courtesy pass.
All right. Whoa, look what I got. A 7 bam. Well, hallelujah. Now I could actually, and look what I got, a 5. Whoa, that's really, really nice. And I could do 2 because the last screen I sent out was my last right. And so it's not going to go to the same person. And since I had them and took them out and got them back in, I'm pretty sure nobody's using them. So I'll do 2 and we'll get it out. And see what comes in. I don't get anything new, but take a look at what they show. We made really good choices during that Charleston pass. And we ended up with 9 tiles toward 5, 7, 5, 7, 9. Not bad. Not a bad start, with backup being 5, 7, 7, 9, if the pairs of 5s go bye-bye. Okay, so there's a lot, you've got a lot of flexibility in this category to do some flipping around to the 2 suit 5, 7, crack 7, 9, bam. And that would be a backup hand, and you always want to have backup hands. It's marvelous to have backup hands. Okay, you guys can turn on your, oh, and Carol in YouTube said, you can also play the flowers 5, 7, 9 in the 3 suits. Yes, absolutely. That is another good backup. So let's see, 5, 7, 9. That's another hand. Good job, Carol. Yes, love it. And then flowers 5, 7 cracks, 9 bams. Oh, flowers 5. Well, actually, you could do it either way because we've got a weakness, whether you could keep track of it this way with the 5 bam. No, you got to use the 9 bams because you got the pair now. Now, maybe that, Carol, you said, maybe you said that earlier, but no matter what, you've got another backup here, 2, 4, 6, 7 tiles. Yep. And hi, Jane. Welcome. That's that was a good catch. One should avoid pairs. So Carol said you could use jokers for the Kwong as a beginner. One should avoid pairs. Well, yes and no. I also have some crazy teaching philosophies, and one of my teaching philosophies is never avoid anything from the get-go. Go with the tiles that come to you, take chances, it's fun. If you avoid something, you may be avoiding it for a long time. You may never get comfortable enough to ever play them. I do have people that highlight their concealed hands and they don't play them. That's their cue to themselves. Don't play concealed hands. So I say play it all. Certainly you've got to keep an eye out and have backups if you're going to play something that's missing a pair for sure. Okay, so here you see with this exercise, you could replay with the same tiles, or you could use new. Let's play and keep the twos. Get this out here. Let's do it totally different. Let's keep the twos, and let's keep an eye on like the 2, 4, 6, 8 family. I'll keep anything in the low end run that might work. It doesn't matter whether it's the same suit or not, as long as you collect the runs and collect the 2, 4, 6, 8s, you'll have a great opportunity. I don't have to break the 9 up yet, but I gotta watch it to be careful I don't get stuck on a must pass where I have to do it. So since I maybe don't want to do this and the 5, 7, maybe neither one of them are great passes, but maybe I will break it up now. Okay, so we're going to now try and see what happens and how we end up. We got another 2 bam. So we've got like numbers with 2s forming. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 forming. We've got all kinds of great runs happening in between here as well. A little bit hard to form anything right now, but we've got a lot of good stuff. I would even keep the 1. You know, there's the 1 with the 3 pairs in the middle, which is a tough hand, and the 2 prongs sandwiched in the same suit between them, which is the 3rd hand from the bottom under consecutive run. We got a lot of good things going on here. So now we're going to get rid of the 5 crack. I want to try to avoid getting the 9 out if I can, because I don't want it to end up in somebody's lap having 2 9s. I'll do this. And again, some people say don't pass like numbers. I mean, there are 5s everywhere. There are 9 different 1 through 9 could be in like numbers. There's consecutive runs. There's, you know, there's just so many things, and I can't not do it and take and break up stuff that I want. And I don't want to get the 9 out there. I don't want the 9 floating out there and end up with the same person right now. So we got a 6. And we got this. I might keep the red for a little bit. I don't know, maybe. Let's see. Is there anything else anybody sees?
Don't care, as long as you're pointing in the right
And
direction.
if you see anything, go ahead and put it in chat. Okay, Joe said he has to leave. I don't know if he left already, but if you haven't left yet and you have to leave, bye Joe, thanks for joining us. So if there's anything else you guys see, if not, I'm gonna just figure out what I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna end up doing this, and this, and let's see what happens. Now I'm getting in the odds, but that's okay. Do I want to continue? Absolutely. I'm going to do that. I'll do that. And I really don't want to do that, and that, because that really is that's a really good path. I'm trying to think, what would I do? I think maybe I'm going to concentrate on 2, 4, 6, 8 and like numbers with 2s, but I'm going to get rid of the 1. Now we have another 4. Okay, 2, 4. And unfortunately, unless we were to do, we don't really have a whole lot that has 2 4s with 2s, except for the second hand down. But you only need 1 4 there. But hey, we don't know. Let's see what happens. This is pretty, but it's still mixed up. Now we have a 6 crack. Now I'm gonna get rid of these here because I'm still staying focused in 2, 4, 6, 8 and like numbers. I'm not gonna keep them. You know, sometimes I see people say, well, why not keep that? Well, the reason I'm not gonna keep that is because I have a lot of other good stuff going on. This just is gonna muddy the waters more. It's just gonna make it even, it has to make sense for me to add something in like that. All right, so now I have the Charleston, and I'll go ahead and do 3 or no 2. I'll do 2. Actually, I think I'll get rid of the 6 dot. Does anybody see any wrinkle? Hi, Jingles, welcome. Anybody see anything? You let me know. I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of it then. 2, 3, 4 BMs. So yes, see, somebody did say 2, 3, 4 BMs, but again, I've got the pair of 2s and I've got too much other stuff that's stronger. So I'm going to say 3. And this says I have 8 tiles toward the 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. And that is the singles and pairs hand, which I was going to mention. If we were to play through this, you better believe that I would be watching that one. And I wouldn't even hesitate to discard that joker if my tiles came in. I would get rid of it in a heartbeat. I would be keeping track of that 2, 4, 6, 8 singles and pairs. Love to try to play those hands if the tiles are coming in. So, yeah. All right. So anyway, this is this Charleston practice, lots of fun, great way to build your strength in the Charleston, honestly. And so I'm going to go out of this one, and now these are other ones that we could play or look at. And so this one gives you 4 souths down at the bottom, and you've got to pick what you think you could play with 4 souths, right? Okay, what can we play with 4 souths? Well, we could play Winds and Dragons.
Dragons, line 5.
Okay, we could do Winds and Dragons, line 5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Line 5, which is the north-south 1, 2, 3, this one.
Yes.
And we can do, what about the third
The
hand?
third
down?
line.
Yeah,
Okay. Anything else? Not really, right?
no,
Okay. We got a check mark. We got a yay. Okay. So that's good. So then you go to the next one. Now you have 8 dots, 9 BMs, 7 cracks. Who can chime in on that one? Unmute or put it in chat. So it's 3 suits, mixed suits. This is a good example of why you do not want to collect 1 suit, because you would miss this opportunity. And
That's
someone,
executive
Phyllis said, yes, we do need 2 flowers, 100%. This is really just about an exercise to say, well, what can we play, right? And yes, we can play, and third hand is right, Mary. So it would be a consecutive run. And the one that we would be playing would be the mixed suit right here. Third hand down on the right side. And we got a check mark. All you would need is to pick 1 flower during the entire game. Now, how many of you have experienced playing an entire game and never getting the flower because you need the flowers. And then when you aren't playing flowers, you get them all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's the way it goes. Okay, so this is a very fun exercise as well. This one is a make a hand exercise. And this is real helpful. I think this is one of the best exercises for when the new card comes out. You just start from the up, you know, from the well, you're going to take their hand suggestions and they'll just keep going through and you'll find the hand on the card and you're just going to make it. And that's just going to help bring it to memorization for you. So you would do your 2 flowers and you would click your Kong of greens. How many of you guys use the proper terminology in Mah Jongg? Do you say pair of flowers or do you say flower, flower? Pairs of
Pair of
flowers is the
flowers.
proper way. Do you say a Kong of greens or do you say green, 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 or do you say 4 greens?
4 greens.
Or
Proper
greens.
way is a Kong of greens. So these are little things. I'll just, you know, it's, oh, sorry, 2022 is, we need the 2, what do we need?
A soap.
Yeah, we need a 2 dot, a soap, a 2, a 2. And then we need the 3rd suit, which is
The red.
Red dragon.
right?
You don't
Need
want that
4
2
red
dot.
dragons.
Oh,
You don't want that 2 dot.
this one you mean?
You have that extra two bam.
Yeah, get that off.
God, how'd that get in there? Did I click it? I must have
Yes.
clicked it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
No, you're
Oh,
missing the
I'm
2.
missing
the
some.
first
Get ready.
2.
Oh, the 2.
You need another 2.
Oh my goodness gracious. My fingers, why is it not moving into place? There we go.
There you go.
Uh-oh. Yep, it's good. Congratulations. I got worried. But this is a really good one for strengthening your memorization and learning the new card. All right, let's go in and play some games because it's 7:20 and I want to get some games in. In case you weren't here last week, we're playing on I Love Maj, which is a fabulous, the most intuitive, the most realistic to real live play that I have found in computer games. I have tested all of them, and this is without a doubt the most easy to use and fun site as well. They have 3 level bots. We're going to play right now. They have 3 levels: standard, intermediate, advanced. And let me tell you, they have done an amazing job programming these bots to play as if they're real people playing competitively. I'm going to play intermediate, which will give us a better chance at seeing more realistic play. When you play standard, sometimes they pass flowers to you. So I don't want you to see these things and think it's okay. Okay. So, because we don't want to pass flowers in the Charleston. So we're going to go ahead and launch the game. This is something that when you do this yourself, and by the way, if you joined us late, if you go in, whether or not you're already playing on another online gaming site, try this site out, use the code DB, uppercase D, uppercase B, get 30 days free trial. It's wonderful. Even if you play on another site, there's no reason you can't add a variety and add one more. But this is saying, I might open if there are live people to come in and play. But for this purpose of live streaming and not have an interruption, have something go wrong, I'm going to say no. And it's going to load us. And again, if you pick the wrong level, you could change it here, right there. You can set a timer. What this is a timer for when you have to decide if you're going to call a tile. So this creates an in-person internet experience. So if you say 6 seconds, you'll have a timer count. If you, in real life, when somebody discards a tile, you do have some time to think about it. If you take too long, your friend is going to probably nudge you and say, come on. In the computer world, if you say 6 seconds and you want to say, hold up, to let people know, hold up, you press the pause button. So I'm not going to put on a timer so we don't have to feel like I have to watch and pause and all that. So right now, we'll just do it without. You could change the theme. I like the large tiles. I think they're easier to see. They have Mah Jongg line, beautiful tiles. They're very different. So if you want to go in and play around and see if you could figure out which the flowers are and the dots and cracks, they're beautiful. The colors are amazing. All right, let's start. All right, let's start this game and get a real game going on and and see what's happening here. So feel free to, Pat says, I live this. We'll join again. Oh, I love this maybe. We'll join again. I have to leave. Oh, she has to leave. Okay, bye, Pat. Help a family member. We'll look for a recording. Perfect. Excellent. All right. What are we going to do when we start out with this? We're going to look for our strengths. What are our strengths? Our multiples. So let's take and move our multiples together for right now to see what we got and what we want to add to those. I'll just take them all, put them all right there neatly, right? Now, when I look at this here, I immediately see a hand that we could possibly do. Well, actually, the 4s don't really work out with that, but I do see, if I were to take this one, a hand.
Yep, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yep, with the opposite dragons. Yeah. Okay, so that's a possibility. Because we've got a lot of 2, 4, 6, 8s, I'll probably add the 2, 4, 6, 8s to the pile. Oops, my mouse is doing some weird things here. And I'll probably add those to it. I'll keep the 8. I like to keep the dragons. If I already have some dragons, I like to keep them because if for any reason I fall into like numbers, I may want to keep it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it, but right now I'm trying to figure it out, right? What else could we do here? Does anybody else see? Oh, Jane was talking about the, Mah Jongg lines, tiles are so different. Yeah, I know. I agree with you, Jane, 100%. All right, so what else do you see? What would you pass? Put it in chat. Give me 3 tiles that I should pass right now.
What we should talk out loud?
No, put it in chat.
Oh, didn't chat.
You guys out there, YouTube people, please put it in chat too. What 3 tiles would you do?
There's chat. I don't see chat. There's
Oh,
It looks
chat.
like a little rectangle window, like with the little down thing.
Yeah.
That kind of represents
Oh.
a chatting box. South 5 bam and 7 crack.
Sound.
South 5 bam and 7 crack. Ooh, unanimous. Everybody's a winner. Everybody wanted to do this. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Okay, somebody said I would go for 4, 5, 6 in different suits. Past the 7 crack and south. Okay. All right. You know, the 4, 5, 6 could work, but the reason I wouldn't do that probably if I'm playing this hand by myself is because I have the 2 bams here. And I have the soaps. If anything, if I were to get a 5 dot or a 3 dot, I might say, oh, maybe I'll play the consecutive run with the soaps. But, you know, it's a possibility. But I think this here, lots of people said it. I agree. I think that's probably the best.
There's your 8.
We got an 8 in, so we just keep that in there and keep collecting right now. What would we pass here now? We have a 5. Now we have a 5. So now let's see if we have a mixed suit run of any sort that could happen. Yeah, we got a big mishmash of stuff here. So if we had 3 dots, we could do 3, 4, 3, 4 dots, 5, 6 cracks. Whoa, this is a toughie. You know, the consecutive run section is the most flexible section on the card if you play it right. And you know, this is a lot of really good run stuff going on here. So what in the world am I gonna do? I need your help, guys. South 5 BM 7 crack. Okay, that's what everybody said that. Okay. All right. Anybody want to chime in? I've got some experienced players out there watching on YouTube. Any votes on the hand? I mean, we can't keep everything. We cannot keep everything. So we're going to have to start making some decisions. Can I get rid of this? Maybe I won't keep this. And let's see, 9 dot red and soap, 9 dot red and a soap. Okay. I don't pass soaps in the Charleston unless
Why?
I absolutely get stuck. Because the soap has a double roll. It's not just a dragon, it's also a 0. And what hands need the 0s?
Year.
The year hands. I try not to pass those. And I don't know. This is a toughie. Let me see.
You need a lot of 2s to do the year hand.
You do, exactly.
I mean, I don't think it's a good one for this hand.
No, and I really wasn't looking at 2022 for this hand in particular. I was kind of looking for maybe, you know, like numbers to come in somehow that would help me with a decision. I mean, you know, we've got this mixed suit 4-5. We don't have a 3rd suit right now at all.
Well, it may be your 8 BAM.
And okay, good job. And someone in YouTube, Jane, said 8 BM. I'm going to go with that. What did we get? 4, 5, 4, 4, 5 crack, 4, 5, 6.
Do all cracks. 2, 4, 6, 8.
We've got 2, 4, 6, 8.
Or you could mix a 2, 4, 6 and then 8.
Yep. Yeah. 2, 4, 4,
We do-
6. We would have needed that 8 BM to do 2, 4, 4, 6, the 8 BM that we just got rid of for that second hand from the bottom. It's looking like these soaps are not going to be working for us, doesn't it?
Nope.
2, 4. Now look at the second hand down under 2, 4, 6, 8.
Get your 2s. You have the 4 and the 6. 8.
Yeah, that could happen.
But what about any like numbers with the dragons, the second one down?
Yeah, that's also a possibility, but we don't have a lot of other, you know, we don't have any other dragons right now. We only have the like numbers of the 4s together.
Right.
We don't have, yeah, it's
No, I guess
weak
not.
right now. So I have to say that, you know, I really don't want to do that, break this up, but I would either have to do the 5. Let's see. Carol says 2, 4, 6, 8 dots, 4 dots and 4 cracks. Exactly. I am going to, we're on the first left. only one more must across that I have to worry about, and I think I'm not gonna get in all tiles that I need, so I'm gonna do this right now. And we didn't get anything good. Of course, I am going to continue again. I know a lot of people came in late, so I may repeat things. You don't stop the Charleston unless you don't have 3 tiles to pass. You want to maximize what you get in. If you're confused about what you're playing, then you just need more practice working out these kind of skill building activities. So we're going to continue. I'm just going to get rid of these babies right here. Go, goodbye. And we got a 6 and we got another 8. So for that second hand down, Carol, look at how that's coming in nicely. Get a 4 bam, get a couple jokers. We could have that hand happening, right? And our backup hand, we could keep track of the bottom 2, 4, 6, 8 hand, the concealed, if we get flowers. We could possibly end up with a 1 suit, 2, 4, 6, 8. But in this case, now we're on the second across. So I do not think we need this 6 bam. What do you guys think? That way I don't have to pass the soaps. Okay?
Yeah.
Are we good? Look at that, you all. Look at, I sound like I'm a country girl and I'm really not. I'm a city girl. That's real pretty right there. That's real pretty. Second hand down. All right, let's go ahead with this and this. We're on the blind pass. What a gift. I don't have to pass
Wow.
that. And I don't even have to get rid of my 6 dot right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 2.
Courtesy pass.
Nothing came in. I'm going to do 2. And here we go. All right, let's start out. I'm east. You could see right down at the bottom here. I'm east. And I'll go ahead and start east with east.
Flower. Call. 6 bam.
Oh, there he goes again, that Joe. By the way, the names of the bots are play on words. If you know what the translation would be, put it in chat and they'll give you a gold star if you get any 3 of those right.
What?
Okay, so ignore.
Joker swap. 2 bam.
All right, we might keep that for a while because I'm going to get rid of my soaps right now.
So 3 dot.
And I'm just going to keep collecting
9 bam.
these tiles until I have to make a decision.
5 bam. 8 crack.
Okay, I'm not going to call anything or consider anything at this point.
1 crack. 9 dot.
Now, when I discard tiles, I prioritize my discards. Let me just briefly talk about that right now because this is real important too. If you had a tile through the entire Charleston that you never passed, those would be discards that you'd want to get out early. If you pick a tile.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
If you had, like I had the 2 soaps, the
Right.
entire Charleston, and nobody saw them, right?
Mm.
Those you want to prioritize and get those out early. You
Okay.
want to get tiles out that are not seen by, that you don't see on the board, that look fresh to you quickly. There are different philosophies about this. So again, there are other instructors that might teach differently. I like to get tiles out and I call them fresh tiles. The earlier you get out tiles that are fresh and not on the board, or ones that were in your hand left over from the Charleston, the harder it is for other players to call them. They're not set yet. If I were to get a 4 dot or a 4 bam, somebody throws it out, they're smart by doing it because I can't call it. I'd be stuck. I don't have jokers. I don't have more of the natural tiles. So you'll see, and I'll point out when that happens. When there's a situation where it happens and I need a tile.
9 dots, 9 cracks.
Now, actually, I should have gotten the 3 bam out because there is already a 9 dot out. So I would have wanted to get that one out because it's even fresher. So I'll see what comes in next.
2 crack.
So there you go with the 2 crack, but I'm not ready to make commitments to anything. I'll take that.
3 bam, 7 dots. 3 bam,
Now, take a look at this here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Man, if I got a flower, you know, I might 2, 4, 6, 8, the singles and pairs hand. I'm only 4 tiles away from Mah Jongg for that hand. That's it. I need a 6. I mean, I need 2 8s, dots, and 2 flowers. I really need only 3 of those to be on call for Mah Jongg, to be ready to Maj. So anyway, for right now, we're just going to keep collecting and see what happens. Can't call
3
anything.
dot. 6 bam, 3 dot. 4 crack.
I desperately need, now, I didn't see very many wins. Matter of fact, we had 1 wind, I think, in the very beginning.
West.
I wonder if somebody's
5
playing them.
bam,
Nobody called it.
5 crack. 4 dot.
Okay, so I can't make any decision right now. I'd like to. And sometimes, you know, when you're newer player, you get anxious and you call because you got 2, and then, you know, you could get yourself in a corner. You got to really hold off sometimes if you're really not set. Now, I want to definitely get rid of that. I knew that was going to happen. So we knew those greens were floating around, right? And this person here, Wes,
8 bam,
kept them.
6 bam. 3 crack. South.
Where are my jokers? I need more jokers.
West.
Ooh. I want to make sure I don't accidentally get rid of this too. So I'm going to put this up here for right now, because that's that 2 force, that hand we're playing. I don't want to accidentally think I can get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of the 8
bam.
bam.
West.
Now that Wes has 4 greens up, we could look and see there's quite a few hands he could be playing.
But I don't
hard.
understand, why didn't you take that 4 dot and use the joker and expose the fours?
That's a good question. I'm very happy to answer that right now. Because I only have 1 4 bam, and if I do that, I'm committed to that hand completely.
Right.
And what if something else comes in that I might change? Like, for instance, right now, I have that concealed 2 4 6 8 hand, or the singles and pairs, which is very strong as well. I don't want to commit right now. I only have 1 joker. I don't want to block myself in yet. If the next one goes out and I haven't gotten anything else good, then maybe I'll just go ahead and commit to that.
Is this telling us how many tiles are left?
This does not tell you how many tiles. Oh, yes, it does. It is, where is it?
It says 60 tiles left.
It does, right. But where, how come I can't see that?
Right to the right hand, right down there, to the right. Above, keep going up, up, down, down,
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
right
there
there.
it is. Oh, my God.
I didn't see that.
Sorry, I'm a little
So it's
confused.
small. It's small. I just, oh, my God. Thank you.
What
so much.
line are you,
Thank
what
you.
line are you looking at on the card under 2 4 6 8 that you
Okay,
think you're
so
playing?
one of the hands that we were thinking of is this one right here. 2 4 6 8. Okay,
Yeah.
the other hand that I was want to keep track of is the singles and pairs, because I do have so much of that hand. If another 4 goes out and I haven't gotten in anything else to strengthen those other 4s or more jokers, I'm gonna have to make a decision and call it. I mean, at that point, I'll probably have to bail on the singles and pairs hand. But I always like to try. And so
9 band.
when it goes out, we'll see.
One
Let's
crack.
see what happens here.
5 crack. North. West. 1 band.
See, if you call.
There are
if
no
I called the
flowers.
if I called the 4, yeah, I do. Exactly. I need flowers. If I called the 4 dot and all of the 4 BMs went out before I got another joker or another 4 BM in, then I'm really stuck. Then I don't have flexibility. Right now, I still have some flexibility to do a switcheroonie. I could do 2 dots, 4 dots, 6 cracks, and 8 cracks. Real flexible. 2 suit, 2, 4, 6, 8, pung, pung, kwong, kwong. So now this guy's got 1s with 3 flowers. More than likely, he's playing, well, it could be quite a few things. It could be flowers,
And 2
ones with the
consecutives and
3,
2
5,
different
7
suits.
singles. It could be
The second one in
ones-
consecutive run.
it could be the second one under consecutive run.
So he's got the 2s, maybe. Oh, it'd have to be a different suit.
It could also be like numbers. It could also be, so there's like three hands that I see that he could be playing right now. Wow. All right, so let's
5
see.
dot. South. 7 band.
I just need a 4 BM, a joker.
East. 9 crack.
I need to get a
Dot.
good tile and a good pick in.
Island. 7 dot. 2 dot.
So there's a 2 dot that just went out. Again, I'm not gonna make a decision now. I have great tiles, right? I have great opportunities, but I don't wanna lock myself in yet. I'm gonna wait until I'm like up against the wall. I just don't have enough
8 dot.
cushion. Oh, there goes an 8 dot. That's gonna influence me a lot.
Call.
Based,
9 dot.
oh, there you go. I've now decided no more singles and pairs hand for me. I could do the concealed hand under the 2, 4, 6, 8. I could do that as well, but chances are, okay, so now I see a little bit of a different light. Okay. Now I have, and this is the reason I don't rush unless things are really like the foundation is there to support the next move. If I had one more joker, if I had had one more 8 BM, my whole thought process would have changed. Right now, my singles and pairs went out the wall because somebody called the 8 dots. But look at what happened by getting in that one more tile here. Now I can call the 2 dot for the 3rd hand down under 2, 4, 6, 8. I could call the 4 dot. I could call the 6 or 8 crack. And then I only need one more good pick to be able to call that other Kong. Okay, that's what you have to do, is leave a lot of flexibility. You may pick it, you could have picked that 4 dot up with the only joker and things could have worked out beautifully. You could have gotten joker, another 4. I mean, you could have. It happens. That's why Mah Jongg is not just skill, but it is a lot of luck. A lot of luck. There's only one wall left of tiles. Yeah, there is only one wall left of tiles. 40 tiles. 38 in the computer world is one full wall. So now I see, based on what's out, I could definitely do that hand. Let's keep that other one, the second hand down intact if we can. So 2, 2, 4, 2, 2 cracks. Look at even one suit run is not bad. 4, 6, 8, and the 4s, which would leave me with the 8 right now. I mean, the 6 to discard. Does everybody see what I'm saying?
No,
If
No,
I
which
keep-
hand down?
What, on the card, what are we looking at? Which line?
Okay, so let's start with the first grouping here, from the joker to the 8 crack. We have the third hand down, 2 suits. Very good position because of the fact that I can call almost everything. The second option is the second hand down with the 2 cracks, the 4, the 6, the 8 cracks, and the 4s and the 4.
it's 2 and 2.
Yeah, I don't understand that because it says it says 2s. It doesn't say 4s.
Which
It's
one are
3
you looking
suits.
at?
You need 3 suits. The second one down.
Second one down says any like even numbers.
Oh,
Okay,
but the first set has to be the 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, and then the instead of 2, 2, it could be any even number.
Yeah, it says it right in parentheses.
Okay.
Kongs any like even numbers. Now look at the fourth hand down. That one has to be 8s. The parentheticals are very important to watch. So Jane says I have 5 discards right now. If I do this hand, I have 4 discards. Right? If I do this hand, which is actually is an easier hand. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discards.
Yeah, I like that hand.
This is an easier hand because I already have 2 tiles towards each of the Kongs. Whereas the other hand, I have only 1, 4. I mean, what if this guy's playing 2, 4, 6, 8? 2 BMs, 4 BMs, 6. I mean, I don't know. They haven't gone out at all. Right? What if this guy here? Well, the green guy wouldn't be playing with, no, he wouldn't be playing with 4 BMs. All right, let's, what did I say I was going to keep? Carol says the second line is the strongest. Use the cracks. Use the cracks. Use the cracks. Okay. All right. Well, we can't keep it all. If I want to keep that other one intact, this is the one I got to get rid of.
6 dots. 4. Flower.
Okay, there's a
Foul,
flower.
7 dots.
Okay, there's 2 joker. Oh my God, I want to get a flower now. Oh, look.
Joker swap.
Now I consider this sitting very pretty. Does it mean I'm going to mahjong? No, it does not mean I'm going to mahjong, but it means I'm in a nice place. I can call the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8. Now, if this guy here is playing with 8 cracks and like numbers, I may be in a bad shape, but let's see how many 8 BMs are out. 2, 3, yeah. He could be playing that, or he could be playing 2s and 8s, but I've got a lot of 2s. Maybe 2 BMs and 8 dots. Let's see. No 2 BMs out. This guy could be playing flowers the third hand from the bottom on 2, 4, 6, 8. He could be playing 2 bams and 8 dots. All right, I'm gonna start dumping other tiles and hope that we get tiles to call because we have no exposures and I'm playing against robots.
4 bound. Joker slot. 6 crack.
Look at that. I get to call.
Call. 4 crack. 1 band. 7 band. 9 band.
We gotta watch these other guys because I don't know what they're playing.
6 dot. East. 2 band.
I have an idea. Ooh, let's see what happens here.
North.
Nope. Okay, so. Okay,
4 band.
oh,
5 band.
okay. Oh,
1
so
call.
how come you didn't put it in chat? So my husband just mentioned that the 2s are gone, so we do need to cover that with a joker. So hopefully we'll get one. And we don't need that because we're gonna
2 crack.
stick with
1
our,
crack. 4 band.
here goes 1 4 bam, and I never saw another one, did I ever?
Call. 1 band.
Oh, we got reds. Let's see, do we have joker exchanges for that? Yep.
4 crack. 4 dot.
Okay, I'm gonna call that.
Call. 2 crack. 9 dot. Mah Jongg.
All right. So he was playing the 1s with the 3, 5, 7 and 9s in between. All right, got close. One more and we would have been on ready to call Mah Jongg. So. Poor BM.
Which line were you playing?
Good, I don't agree, good possibility you could get the 4 BM 11 tiles, okay. Yeah, you know, the game, the tiles are in, you know, everybody's gonna see the tiles differently. We're not always gonna make the same choice. I tend to go for ones where you have smaller groupings to call than a larger, and then give up my only joker and call the 4 dot at that point. But you know, had it, like I said, if it had gone out again, I might have done that. What's that? What were you gonna say? What hand? Somebody asked something. Okay, I don't know. Somebody asked something, but now I don't hear them. The 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 suits, pung pung, Kong Kong, third hand down.
First Charleston.
All right, let's start again. Okay, we've got 3 jokers to start. So that's really, really great. And we have a pair of 3s. And because we might work something in like numbers, possibly, I'll keep the dragons. And so the 3s could work out in possible like numbers, or they could work out in the low end 1, 3, 3, 5 section. So if I were to consider, let's say, the second hand down, which is a pair of flowers, and then 1s, 3, 5s, and 3 suits, I would have to use the 1 crack. And here we have that hand. Now, oops. Now, I do want to say that when I have 3 jokers, I really love to keep track of a quint hand because we've got 3 jokers. And Carol says, I love quints when I have 3 jokers or more. I totally agree. So I will not discount the possibility of a quint hand. So let's see what we could keep. So if we have the 3s and we have a north, don't know if we'll get that. Let's look at the first hand under quints. And we have the 3s. And we could use any dragon. So we'd want to keep all of that there. Now, what else could we keep as a backup? Well, we already have the 3s for like numbers. We've already got the green and the red. What else might we keep? I think all of that would work out really well to keep those right now. It gives us a lot of flexibility. The third hand down under the quints is a very challenging hand with the 2 pairs. And the fourth one down is a run. And we never know whether that might come in. So let's mix this up and get rid of this, this, and this. And see what we get in. Now we got in a green. So it looks like the green is going to be what we're going to be concentrating on if we do the quints. Because it is a good idea if you start out with 3 jokers or more to go for the quints. It's like going for the gold. Why not? Right? All right, so I'm going to do this, this, and this. Now I have 2 reds, which I could use either there. I have another east. I've not seen another wind. The good news is that the winds only need 4. You only need a Kong of winds, but I can't keep everything. So what do I do here? Do I stick with the quints? Do I think of something else that I might want to do? Like the second hand down under winds and dragons. Do I want to think about like numbers? We don't have any other 3s, just those, but we got these babies. All right, so we can get rid of the 1 crack. What do you guys think out there? We have first left, we could do a blind pass. Joan, that is correct. That's cool. So we could do a blind pass, but we have to do like either the east or the north.
Why not keep both of those and just pass the 1 crack?
Well, if I only do the 1 crack, I'm gonna have to pass something on that across no matter what coming up. It only gives me a chance of getting 1 tile in. But if I pick the north, I'll get the north in. If I pick the east, I'll get the east in. Oh, blind pass with 1. Carol says pass which wind I like. If I pass the east, I'm going to get an east. You watch. But I want to take it. I want to get more than 1 tile in. I want to take a chance. So, okay. What do you guys like better? North or east? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do the east. I don't know why. Nope. I didn't get anything here. Oh, okay. In this particular case, oh, I don't want to go against my rules either. I don't want to go against my rules with the passing. And I don't want, if I stop it, there could be so much more potential out there for me. What in the world? This is really, really a nice toughie to decide. if I did the last hand down, make believe this would be a chicken out. Make believe that those are 3 cracks. And I need a pair there. How, I don't know, maybe I'll make my exception to the rule, which is pass the flour. Carol says, stop the Charleston. This might be a situation where I have to stop it. Remember I said to you, you don't stop it unless you don't have 3. I do have 3 because obviously the hand doesn't take 2 of these, but I don't have 3, if you know what I'm saying. So I think I'm going to stop it. Okay, this would be an exception. And I'm going to do the 1 and the 8.
Flower.
Look what I got. Oh my, I got a west. So there's an east out there because I passed an east, and I got a 3 dot. Wow. Okay. Now we're kind of cooking a little bit. So maybe we'll get lucky.
6 crack.
You never know. Ooh, I'm not going to keep that at all for the run. Nope.
2 dot. So 5 dot.
I need the flour for the dragon hand. Yeah, I do. I do need it for the dragon hand. So I'm going to keep track of everything. I'm not going to get rid of anything until I figure out what comes in, Carol. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is really, really rough. Okay. So let's see, an east went out. That's the east that I got rid of. I'm just going to get rid of a south.
South. 9 dot.
I love the bottom concealed hand under Winds and Dragons as well. And if I had more wins, I probably would have
1 dot.
gone for that
7
too.
crack.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, look at that. All right, let's look at this hand here. Of course, there's 1 soap out already. I just want to look at this and get a feel for how it looks. So right now, that requires, that second hand down under Winds and Dragons requires a tongue of flowers. It requires 2 kongs of dragons. And I don't have any soaps.
And 1 is out.
What?
1 is out already.
1 is out already.
Discarded, yeah.
Yeah. And I still really like, I mean, now having if I were to get 1 more flower, being able to do the 3rd hand down under any like numbers would work. If I got in 3 cracks, I could use the greens. If I got in 3 bams, I could use the reds. That kind of gives me good flexibility. I mean, I need the wins, but I can't. What am I going to do? I cannot. I got to get rid of 1 of these. Okay. Now there's an east out and a south out. I don't know if people are holding them, but I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go with it. I'm
West.
getting rid of that.
Green.
So now I got in the green. And so the question becomes, do I call something now? And do I bail from the quince, or stick with the quince? And if I take that tile, I'm putting up 1 joker with it. No, 2 jokers with it. So with one available exchange, or if I go with the bottom, any like numbers. I feel like I want to wait. I feel like I want to wait and not make a decision yet. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy, right?
Mm.
I kind of feel like I want to wait and not pull this right now. Because I still could, you know, if a red goes out, I could still do it. I could still do that bottom like numbers hand. I could still potentially do the quint hand. I just never got any of those freaking wins in. It's not, they're not coming my way. Or do I want to just go with the, no, and I don't have enough flowers either right now. I don't know. I'm like so torn. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. Oh, I hate doing this. Oh. Oh, do I call Carol to call the green exposed 4? Oh my God, that's what I'm maybe thinking. Then I could flip flop between the winds and dragons. Okay, maybe I'll do it. Well, all right, I'll do it. I'm torn though. I'm really torn on that. Okay, so now I am going to get rid of, because these Norths have not come in at all anyway, and we're not doing that anymore, so I'm getting rid of that.
2 dot.
Okay, guys, you got to pray a lot. We either have to get 3 cracks, 1 flower.
6 dot.
Okay, we don't need that, baby.
6 crack. 4 crack. Red.
Oh, look at that. If I call the 4 and then a soap goes out, I could call the 3 and then have enough to cover. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it because there's 1 soap. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know. I'm going to do it. Okay. I've committed to the second hand down under Winds and Dragons, everybody. So if a soap goes out, I can call it with the Joker, and if a flower goes out, I can call it. So I'm good.
Call.
I'm
3
good.
band.
I made a
4
decision.
band.
No more
9 band.
fretting.
5 band.
Ooh,
Flower.
okay, I'm calling it. I hate to call flowers, but I'm calling it. Or do I wait for a little while? But somebody's going to take a Joker exchange. I'll call it. Why not?
Call. 3 dot. 9 band.
Okay,
6 crack. Joker swap.
so
band.
I need a Joker
band.
or
9
a
dot.
soap
7 band.
so I
3
can call.
band. 8
And
crack.
maybe was too quick to do that.
Joker swap. 1 dot.
Everybody's getting those.
1 band. 5 dot.
Yeah, I think I was too quick to do that.
1 dot.
I want to take that call back.
East. 4 dot. Call. 7 crack. 4 dot.
Oh geez, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get that out now. The 3 dots are mine and I got those out, so I'll get that out.
9 dot. 1 band.
All right, we could get lucky.
West.
Now I get a west.
South. 6 band. South. North. 1 dot.
I'll get all the wins
5
now.
dot.
Yeah, I think I went a little
North.
bit too early on that
5 crack. 7
flower.
crack. 3 crack. East. 7 band. 3 crack. 3 dot. 7 dot. Call.
Where's,
8 crack.
Okay, so we've got a 6 bam, 7 dots. So it could be 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 bam, 6 bam, 7 dot, 8 dot there.
7 bam. 9 crack.
Am I gonna get a good
Nine.
tile?
1 bam.
I get a,
8 bam. 1 bam. 3 dots.
okay,
8 bam.
we got lucky, and now I need soap.
9 crack. 3 crack. 5 crack. Flour.
Also, I could do, there's no reds out, so I could potentially get a red. And what about 7 dot? 7 dot,
Flour. 1 crack.
I don't see a 7 dot either.
3 bam.
So I could have a 7 dot or my red.
East.
Oh,
Nothing done.
4 bam. 2 crack. Call. 4 bam.
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow. 8 cracks. Okay. I mean, there is 1, 2. Okay.
8 crack.
Should be okay.
1 crack. 8 crack. 3 bam.
How come 9 sound like they're very fret? No, I
Nine
see 2 out
crackers
together.
Mah Jongg.
Ah,
Huh.
I mean, these spots are getting on my nerves. Yeah, all right. Look, if you play it well, you get on call, you feel good about it, no matter what, even if you don't win, right? All right. Do you think we have time for one more game?
No,
No?
no.
No. All right, yeah, it's been we did a lot tonight, so, but it's been really fun. And I don't know if you guys are a part of the Facebook groups or not, but are you a part of the Facebook groups, Ask the Mah Jongg Teacher and MajCon?
Yeah.
If you aren't, you really should consider joining either of them. And also subscribing to the YouTube channel, which again is also MajCon. But with this, there are events that go on all the time, and you'll get notifications in here if you join. And then my Ask the Mah Jongg Teacher is really great. It's just growing like crazy. But it's a place where if you have a question on a rule, you're going to get one correct answer from me. And you don't have to funnel through a whole bunch of answers. You have a situation where you played at a game, something came up. A lot of times people will take a picture of what they did, or they'll write the situation down and then they'll ask after. And so this is really, there's just a ton, like question after question. That's really all it is a group of just questions. But, you know, stay connected in every way possible that you can. And that way you'll know when there's events. A lot of times I do events maybe in your area, you never know. So I want you to be connected to me in every which way. But this was really fun. I enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again. Now, next week will be my last week because I have surgery the following week, and I'll be out of commission probably a couple of weeks. Nothing serious. I'm getting a new knee.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I will see you guys though next week, and hope you join again. And it's been really fun, and you all be safe until then, okay? And don't
Thanks,
forget
Debbie.
to try out I Love Maj, uppercase D, uppercase B, DB, and try it out for 30 days. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Debbie.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye, y'all.
Bye.